Europe is a terrible country. As a European, I agree. So yeah, let's check out this video by Language Simp and have a laugh together.
I'm an American who just traveled to Europe for the first
Bro, make America emo again. Are you kidding me?
time, and I will never return to that country. Here's why. First of all, European cities are so obnoxiously anti-car. Their sidewalks are massive, so their roads are tiny, and parking is non-existent. Look at Madrid, Mexico, and compare it to Dallas, Texas. It took me hours just to park my
Madrid,
Cybertruck once in Madrid. In fact, I might have been the only guy in the entire country with a pickup truck. But the worst part about driving in Europe is that you have to stop for people crossing the street, which means it takes forever to get anywhere. And you'll have to go everywhere because they have no Walmarts in the entire country where you could be doing all your shopping in one place. Driving on the highways is at least a little better, but watch out because they use a strange, archaic, and frankly xenophobic system of measurements called the metric system. So you'll see signs with kilo.
How is it xenophobic? Bro. I can't. How is it xenophobic, the metric system? What do
Meters
you
per
mean?
hour instead of miles per hour. I think I heard someone say that 1 kilometer is like 1,000 miles or some shit. They also use meters instead of feet, which is stupid. The length of 1 foot is easy to remember because it's 1 foot. But 1 meter is like 1/3 of my entire body. You know, I'm not even sure if they count hours the same over there. Are European hours the same as American hours? Because every train I tried to ride in
we have
Germany was
24.
at least 30 minutes late. And once I was stuck in hell, I mean the Frankfurt Hauptbahnhof for 9 American hours. Our train system in the United States of America is far more comprehensive and efficient. And public bathrooms are a nightmare in the country of Europe. If you somehow
That's
find
true.
a spot to park, you'll need to locate a bathroom which will be marked by the insane WC abbreviation, which I can only imagine is a dog whistle for world communism. And these bathrooms are torture. In America, we have huge cracks in our bathroom stalls, which make defecating an open, communal experience. But in Europe, the stalls cover not just the cracks in the side, but the entire doorway. So yeah, you can't make eye contact with other men while you do your business. I always felt so alone in those stalls. And don't even get me started on European food. They use natural ingredients, which were very disruptive to the carefully artificial gut microbiome that I incubated stateside. And they banned all the good shit in Europe, like potassium bromate and azobicarbonamide, which means their bread
even know
tastes
what
like
that is.
shit and isn't soft. I'd rather eat Wonder Bread than a giant stick of natural dog water. And Europeans don't
Dog
even use
water.
butylated hydroxyniazole, which is my favorite synthetic petrochemical antioxidant, which keeps our food preserved well for thousands of years in America. They must waste so much food in Europe because it all expires in a week. And restaurants suck in their country because the waiters don't check in to see how you're doing every 5 seconds like
Yeah, he is not totally wrong with that if you think about it, because it's true. If you're not careful when you buy food, they definitely expire pretty fast. It happens to me quite a few times. So I guess in America they don't have that. So yeah, I mean, it's still better to have natural food, of course.
they do in America. I'd like to keep my waiter updated, but at least this wasn't as isolating as the bathroom stall. At least you don't have to pay or tip or whatever. It sure didn't feel like I was paying with the Monopoly money they use over there. And the water in restaurants
Monopoly
has
money.
bubbles in it. You'd think it would just be some textural difference with fizz, but no, the bubble water tastes like hot dog water. Thankfully, they do
Bro,
still have
what?
good nutritious
That's not
food at a
true.
few normal and healthy restaurants like McDonald's, Burger King, Starbucks, KFC, and Chinese food. But their grocery
Chinese
stores are
food.
terrible. You won't find any necessities like Feastables, Twinkies, Goober, and they have no good breakfast cereal. And one time I asked the worker at the deli if they had American cheese, and she stared at me dumbfounded like I had something wrong with my eyes. Politics are also terrible in Europe. There are dozens of political parties everywhere that try to represent all the citizens' viewpoints and create a fair and balanced democracy. That's disgusting and confusing. There are too many choices. We keep it simple with just 2 parties who always run amazing candidates, and if you look
It's okay, don't worry about it. Anyways, all the politics in Europe are succubus of the American politics. So yeah, come on. We don't have that much freedom of going whatever we want with politics. So don't worry. If America said no, you can't do it, then we won't be able to do it. So yeah.
Deep enough, they sort of are the same thing anyway, which makes things easier. Laws in Europe are also busted. I stayed in a hostel when I was there, which is like a prison for poor people who want to travel. And I was stuck with, and I kid
That's
you
not
not,
true.
30 drunk 10-year-olds screaming in Slovakian all night because the drinking age in Europe is 5. And their climate policy is absurd. Yes, I think climate change is a problem that must be resolved, but Europeans take it to the extreme. European water bottles
Oh
are
my
apps.
God.
Every water bottle has a cap that is fused to
Yes, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this. This is the worst invention of all times. Let me tell you. Oh my God, I hate it. I hate
the
it.
bottle with some black magic, so it's physically
Black
impossible
magic.
to remove it. It
No, that's
sucks,
not
but
true.
apparently if we
You
keep
can.
the caps attached, the Netherlands won't sink underwater. So it's not even a worthwhile cause. And did you know that Europeans have free healthcare? That is outrageous.
Yeah, that's
when I have
not
an
really
ailment,
true.
the last thing that I want is fast and affordable service. If healthcare is free, you don't feel like you earned it. I want to work
I don't know. I mean, free healthcare, some countries do. Like, it depends. What do you mean by free healthcare? Like, if it's an emergency, yes, you won't pay when they treat you. But if you have to do like an exam or anything, you always have to pay for a ticket. So the free healthcare is kind of a lie, let me tell you. And most of the times you can't even go to do like the visit that you pay less because yeah, after COVID, the whole system got fucked up. At least here in Italy, I don't know about other countries, but yeah, most of the times you have to pay for your own visit. So yeah, free healthcare is something that should be rethink about Europe nowadays.
for my healthcare. Crippling medical debt makes you a man. And I'm not even sure that they have medication
Makes
in
you
their
a
country.
man.
I spent most of the day just sitting inside and watching TV, and I didn't see one pharmaceutical drug advertisement. How do Europeans know what to ask for?
What do you mean? That's not true. We have plenty of those. That's so many. Oh my God, every time I have an ad on TV, it's always about like some guy coughing and then they show the medicine that magically make him feel better.
From their doctors. Do they even have doctors? Then when you go to college in Europe, just like healthcare, it's free. But if it's free, where's
not
the
all of
challenge?
them.
Where's the Sigma grind set? And you know how we have awesome Greek life at our colleges? Well, one of the states in Europe is literally perpetually LARPing as our awesome collegiate Greek life system. Europe just seems like the tutorial level. Everything there is too easy. They work much less in a week than we do, and they get tons of extended breaks and even like 30 days paid vacation. That's way too much. All Europeans do all day is pick mushrooms, smoke cigarettes, make
That is me. That is me. But unfortunately, it's just like 2 months a year. But I love picking up mushrooms.
That's way too much. All Europeans do all day is pick mushrooms, smoke cigarettes, make fun of Americans, and smoke cigarettes. Get back to work. Workers are meant to grind.
And drink lots
Why
of
do they
beer.
have paid maternity leave? Give birth at your desk. That's what my mom did, and I turned out perfectly fine. Us Americans understand that money is the most important thing on the planet, so we sacrifice our quality of life to make sure we can get more into the hands of our billionaire CEOs. And their sports are so stupid. Soccer is a soy boy, wojak ass sport that nobody would be caught dead playing publicly in the United States. But Europeans love it. And the worst part is that they call it football, which makes no sense. Look, they're using their hands.
What do you mean? Just the goalkeeper is using their hands. What the hell? Everyone else
What
is
happened
using
to
their
the
foot.
foot in the football? This is real football, because see, he's kicking it with his foot. We're the real kings of football, and that's why we say we're world champs when we win the Super Bowl. And I tried watching one of their soccer games, and it was the most boring experience of my life. The score was 0-0 after...
I'm a Juventus fan, so if you watched any game from my team lately, I can only agree with you, language sip.
90 minutes. I'd rather watch Turkish oil wrestling with my gay uncle than this. And the last point I want to underline is that Europe is a scam. All my life I wanted to go to Paris. They said it was the city of love, full of art and beauty. But I was robbed within the first hour of being there. And I was repeatedly scammed all over the country. The only state of Europe that I even moderately enjoyed was Turkey. The American politicians were right. Europe is not free like we're free here in America. I'm never leaving Florida again.
That was so funny. Oh my god, that was so great, bro. His videos are just, oh my god. Yeah, come on. He's the best rage baiter for real. Oh my god, what the hell? Come on. But what is that? All the hate with Paris? I don't understand it. I've been 3 times in Paris. Every time I've always enjoyed it so much, my stay. Everyone was always nice to me. I don't know why. I don't know why. That's like this whole thing, this stereotype about French people being so rude or whatever, but I don't know. Just in my case, everyone was always nice to me. I still remember when there was this place, this museum that I went to visit, this bunker underground. I mean, all bunkers are underground, so what am I talking about? But whatever. This bunker, and the guy said, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't speak English." And I was like, "Sure, it's okay. Just speak it in French, and then I will translate for my girlfriend." But I couldn't speak French that much, but I could understand. So the whole time the guy was like doing the guided tour for everyone else, and then he will circle back to me and explain it to me in slow French. Come on, I mean, how many places do you go and people is acting that nice? I don't know. I had such a good experience whenever I travel to France. So I guess it depends on how you pose yourself to people that reflects how they will treat you most of the times. Anyways, this is super funny video. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts and yeah, whatever other video you want me to react to also. See you soon.